guys, Miss Charlie here with a declutter video. I was going through my collection. I got a bunch of stuff new and wanted to go through and get rid of some stuff that I'm not using, that's old, things that I just don't use anymore. My aesthetic is more colorful. Makeup and a lot of these things either didn't work for me or are just old or are just not my color aesthetic. So I thought I would show you some of the things I'm decluttering, and I've decluttered quite a lot of things. I have a whole box and the top of the box full of things. Some of these I'm going to pass on to one of my coworkers. I always give her stuff. She enjoys getting stuff that I'm not using or whatnot, and I told her I was going to do a decluttering. She's like, don't forget me. So some of this stuff will be going on to her and some of it will be going in the trash because it is old, but it's nice to start fresh and make a little bit more room for more stuff to come. But just thought I'd show you some of the things that I will be decluttering. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with these ColourPop Super Shock shadows. This one I recently got. I think this was their birthday thing and it's a birthday treat. It's just basically a topper, and I'm going to pass this on. So I think I've swatched it a couple times. I think I maybe used it once. So I'm going to sanitize it and pass that on. But it's a really cute, like, peachy color. If you got it, it's like a little topper. It's real cute, but I haven't used it and I don't really use a lot of toppers, so I'm gonna pass this on. These four I will be getting rid of. This one is in Glow. This was in the first Kathleen Lights ColourPop thing, and you can see it's dried out. Plus I don't use the mattes, so that one's going. Glitterati, which I did use all over the lid sometimes if I wanted a really quick look. Put on this on the lid, put on mascara and liner and go. But this one is also dried up. That's in Glitterati. Mooning. This one I used to use a lot as well, all over the lid, and it's really dry, dried up. And then Rex was a really pretty blue that I used a lot too, and it's all dried up, and it has purple glitters and it's really pretty. So these are going in the trash because they're old, and this one is going to be passed on. I have these products from Wet n Wild. I have 2 blushes and 4 eyeshadow palettes. Blushes, these I have used, but they're more like toppers to me. This one is Rosé Champagne, and this is Apricot in the middle. And I don't really use these anymore. I used to use this all the time as a topper because it's really light. It would be like a highlight on me to add a little bit of sheen, but I don't really use it anymore, and I hardly use this one. So this one I'm gonna throw away, and this one I'm gonna pass on because I've hardly used it. But the Rosé Champagne it's more of a highlight for me, so that one's gonna go. The 4 eyeshadow palettes are Stop Playing Safe, the colorful one, the Not a Basic Peach, the Comfort Zone, and the VIP Purple. And I've used all of these. I used this one the other day. I don't like the formula of this. It's really muddy. I don't like it. I'm gonna pass it on. The Comfort Zone, I like the old Comfort Zone. I have that one. I don't like this one. This one is not as pigmented as the old one, so I'm getting rid of this one and keeping the old one. The Not a Basic Peach is okay. These 2 shades right here are kind of crumbly, but the rest of it is okay, so I'm gonna pass that one on. And then the Stop Playing Safe, I like colorful things, and these are okay, but they don't have the punch that I'm looking for as far as pigment is concerned, so this will also be leaving my collection. H Cosmetics palette, I got it for free with the order. I used to travel with it just for, you know, like transition colors or whatever, but I've only used it a couple times, so I'm gonna pass it on. The Makeup Forever, this is the Artist Shadows number 2. I've used this quite a lot, but I might keep take some of these out and keep them. This purple is okay, this pink is no, this is okay. I love this color, and like 1 or 2 of these, so I might just take these out because I think it's magnetic. I can just pull those out and put that in a Z palette, but some of these I just don't use and didn't like the quality of, so that's what I'll probably do with this one, is again take some of the ones that I like out and get rid of the rest of them. This Butter London palette we got in a boxy charm. I've tried it twice. It's not my aesthetic. It's neutral. I mean, it's pretty, but it's more neutral, so I'm gonna pass that on. This Makeup Academy, I've had this for a long time. I really like this palette. As you can see, I've used it quite a lot, but I don't reach for it anymore, so I'm gonna let someone else get some use out of it. I mean, the quality is nice. I really like it, but I don't reach for it anymore, so I'm gonna pass this one on. These 2 Tarte palettes that we got in boxy charms, this one is the Rainforest of the Sea 3 and this one is 2. These are not my color aesthetic. They are neutral. I have a lot of neutral palettes. I use neutrals every now and again, but I use more color. There's that one, and I've used it quite a bit. These would be great for travel because, well, this one would, because you do have some matte shades in it. This one is all shimmer and it's really pretty, and you compare these 2 together, they would be great together. You know, if you're traveling, you just take these 2 and be good, because these shimmers are really pretty and they're more on the rosy. Some of them are rosy, some of them are more golden, but they're more rosy. These 2 would pair together great, so I'm gonna pass these 2 on. Pretty Vulgar highlight, I'm gonna pass this on. It's pretty, but I don't really use it. I have enough highlighters and I use a lot of the same ones. I mean, it's pretty. It'd be great on a deeper or medium skin tone. It's really pretty, but I'm gonna pass this on. I know this was, well, no, it's just the color down there. This Storybooks Cosmetics, we just got this in a boxy charm. This is the Robin Hood one. I did do a look with this. I was not impressed with the mattes in here. This I thought would be a lot more bright. I even used it with the base. It was just kind of eh. This was very patchy and it oxidized. This is, I just didn't get along with these at all. I'm so sorry. I mean, I tried it twice, didn't like it, so I'm gonna pass this on to someone who maybe can get some use out of it. Tutorials, Power of Makeup. I've used this many times. She has seen lots of love, but I don't reach for it. And I only use a few colors in here. I don't really use the blushes. I've tried using I Will Always Love You. It's okay. I don't use the pink one. The highlight gets hard pan. As you can see, it's got hard pan on it. I use a Chocolate Soleil because I have that in a single. The rest of them are okay. The eyeshadows are all right, but I'm gonna pass this on as well. I have quite a few Revolution palettes I'm gonna pass on. This one is the Revolution Redemption palette. This is my first Revolution palette I ever got. I really like it. The quality of this is gorgeous. I've used this many times, but I don't reach for it like I do some of my other Revolution palettes, so I'm gonna pass this on. These 2 Revolution Reloaded palettes. This one I have used. It's very pretty. The quality is good, but I don't reach for it. And then this one, I like color, like I've said many times, but the quality of this one is not good for me at all. The mattes are okay. The The shimmers in here are just not like they look in the pan, and again, I don't reach for it, so these two will be passed on. This chocolate orange, this one is warm tones, very pretty packaging. It looks like the chocolate bars. It's a very pretty palette if you like oranges and things like that, which I do, but these don't pack the punch that I want, so this is going to get passed on. This is the Unicorns Unite. This is another one of my first Revolution palettes. I've had this for years. I've used it for a long time, but I just don't reach for it, so I'm gonna let this one go. Oops. And then the Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. I've used this so many times as well, but I'm gonna let this one go as well. Revolution 1 million palette. This was free with the order when they reached 1 million followers on Instagram. I've done a tutorial using this. It's very pretty. The pigmentation is awesome, but I just don't reach for it. So someone's gonna get some good use out of this. This is a City Color Barely Exposed palette. I got this at Five Below. This was a dupe for the original Naked palette. This thing is spot on to the original Naked palette. The quality of these shadows is amazing, and I've used this a lot. There's a lot of dips in here. It's very, very pigmented. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but I got it at Five Below. But this is old, so she's gonna go away. Cargo Around the World palette. I just did a tutorial using this. It's just basic neutrals. They're very pigmented though. I like this palette, but it's not my aesthetic and I'm not going to get a lot of use out of it. I only used it because it came up on my makeup calendar. If you want to see a video on my makeup calendar and how I choose my makeup that I use, let me know. But it came up on my makeup calendar, so I'm like, it's in my collection, I'm going to go ahead and use it. But this is just not my aesthetic, so this is going to be passed on. I got this at TJ Maxx. I've used it a few times. It's very nice. It's nice and pigmented. It's nice for everyday use. If you like neutrals for work or school or whatever, this is perfect for you. But this is not my aesthetic, so she's gonna go to a new home. This Real Her Be Fearless Be Limited. This is a blush palette. I've used it a few times. I got this in a boxy charm. I don't really reach for these, so these are going to be passed on to someone who can give them more love. And these will be better on lighter skin tones as well. This one's really more of a topper than a peachy one, and then this one is more of a neutral. So these are going to be passed on as well. Here's another Wet n Wild one. This is from one of their collections they had last year. This one is House of Thorns. I've never used it. I've only swatched it. But even the swatches, I think I did use it once. Pigmentation, because I wanted it for this color. Pigmentation is very patchy. I did not enjoy it at all. And I liked this green, but it did not come off on the eye the same. The packaging is very pretty, but it didn't wow me, so this is going to be given away. This Wonder Beauty highlight and blush palette. Also got this in a box. I've used it a few times. It's okay. It's okay. This blush is too light for me. I use the other ones, the highlights, and they're nice, but someone with the lighter skin tone is going to get more use out of this, so this is going to go to my coworker. I'm sure she will love this. The Take Me Back to Brazil palette, I just used this the other day, and I was having so many problems with it. So this is going to go to someone who wants to play with color, give it to their daughter or son or whatnot to help to play with color. That's fine, but I was excited when it first came out because I'd seen so many looks and so many people using it. It looked great, but as many times as I've used it, I haven't experienced that same wow. So I've had it for a year, almost 2 years, and it's time for her to go back to Brazil. I'm sorry. Sorry, hun. I couldn't work with you, so I'm gonna pass this on. This Blush Neutrals palette from BH, I got this free with an order, and this is, again, very neutral. These are all blushes. I've used the blushes. I've even done a whole eye look with just the blushes. They're very pigmented, like eyeshadows, very pigmented, and it looked great, but it's just not something I reach for. I don't reach for these type of neutral palettes, so. And then it's got that pop of pink in there for some reason. But this is also going to be passed on to someone who likes more neutral everyday colors. This Wet n Wild Fergie palette, I don't even know how many years I've had this. Probably 10, if not less. Probably more than 5 years I've had this. This has great pigmentation. I think it was like $5 or $6, not much. I remember when the Fergie range came out, I bought a bunch of Fergie nail polishes. I still have them. They're awesome. And then I did get this and then a couple other Fergie things. They're eye pencils. The Fergie eye pencils were really good. I still have some of those. But this is old, and I'm going to just put her to sleep. She's going to sleep now. This Wet n Wild Stick Foundation. It was a little drying on me. I tried to use it with hydrating things, products, but it was just dry. I've used it quite a bit, and this is in the color Pecan, and I'm gonna let her go. So these are color tattoo pigments. I have had these for so long, and I used to use them all the time, and pigments, they last you for a long time. I don't reach for these anymore because I have other pigments that I like. I still love my MAC pigments. I like my Wet n Wild pigments. I like my ColourPop pigments. But these I don't reach for anymore, and so I'm gonna pass these on. All these NYX singles, passing them on. I don't reach for them. I used to use them all the time. I still have the prismatic ones. The prismatic ones are really pretty. I'm not getting rid of those, but these I don't reach for anymore, and somebody's gonna get some good use out of them because some of them haven't even been used, but I'm gonna get rid of those. These Milani Bella eyes, these were so popular many years ago. They're still good shadows. They are pigmented and beautiful, but these are colors that I don't reach for. I like purples, but these purples are not the purples that I reach for. I would still try to work with them. You can use them wet or dry. They're still very, very pretty. Look at that. They're still very pretty shadows, but again, I don't reach for them, so someone's gonna get some nice use out of these. Getting rid of all of these Sally Girl eyeshadows. These were like 90 cents a piece, and you can slide them together. These were really good. I used them for many years when I first started buying more makeup, because I've been wearing makeup since I was in high school, which was in the 80s. And I didn't have a lot of money to buy makeup. I bought Wet n Wild because that's when Wet n Wild first came out. It was 99 cents. Or I would use stuff that people gifted me. I had friends that would, my mom's friends that would gift me things, and that's what I used. I didn't have money to go out and buy makeup, and then I had to try to find my foundation shade, and back then they didn't have a lot of foundation choices and colors, especially for people of color. You had to try to either find it or mix it to make it, your color. So I've been mixing shades for a long time, but now it's a lot easier to find your shade. But this was during the time when, makeup was cheaper. These were 90 some cents. They had good pigment. I had no problem with them. I used them all the time, but they're old. I've had these for over 10 years, and it's more than 10 years, and it's time to let them go to pasture. This Steve Laurent blush, I got this in a box, I think, and it's just, I don't use it, so someone's gonna get some good use out of this, so I'm not gonna use that. These shadows that I have in the Sephora Z palette, these I don't use. I used to use these all the time. These are from Avon. As you can see, I used to use that one quite a lot. These are very pigmented and I really liked them when I used them, but I don't reach for them anymore. I couldn't tell you the last time I pulled this out. It's been many years. So I'm gonna get rid of all these. And these were sample sizes that came in boxes. This is one from Urban, I think both of these are from Urban Decay. And I don't use them as much. This one I do because it's that blue brown, but I have that in the Comfort Zone palette. I have that in that Makeup Forever palette. I have plenty of blue brown, so I don't need this one either. So I'm gonna get rid of these individuals and use the Z palette for something else. So this is the end of my declutter video. These are the things I'm getting rid of. I got rid of quite a lot of things. Some of these again will be passed on to others to get some love out of them. Some of them that are old, those are going to get trashed. I don't want to pass those on since I've had them for many years. But hey, this is what I decluttered. I did open up quite a bit of space in my makeup collection for the new things that I bought. I will be doing a video for a haul video showing you what I purchased over the last few months over the holidays. That'll be coming soon, and if you'd like to see a makeup collection video, I can do that too. So let me know. I appreciate your patience if you watched through this. I thank you all who have subscribed. Starting 2020, I'm gonna try to do some things differently if I can. Try to do more videos, different kinds of videos. I'm gonna do my best. But I thank you all. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.